Hello everyone, welcome back to Let It Cook. Today we're making crispy coconut shrimp with wasabi dip. For this we need sugar, salt, pepper, a lime and coriander. This is coconut milk which I brought to a boil once with a bit of garlic, a piece of lemongrass and a bit of chili and wasabi. Here we have panko, which is a coarse breadcrumb flour, and here are coconut flakes, flour, an egg, raw shrimp and rich Greek yogurt. I simply boiled the coconut milk once with lemongrass, which I bruised with a knife. By the way, if you want to have such a nice knife, you can buy it up here. Check it out if you're interested. Brought to a boil, bruised the garlic and lemongrass, then let them steep briefly. And now I'm adding the shrimp, and that's the best way. If you want to make this for the holidays, for example, it's best to marinate the shrimp the night before. You can also just do it in the morning if you need it in the evening. But just marinate them in there a bit and let them soak nicely. Now we'll make the wasabi cream. For that I have a rich Greek yogurt here with 10% fat. Yes, if unavailable, use regular yogurt with some cream instead. It works just as well. I add a little bit of water to it just to make it a bit thinner. You can also use milk for that. With whatever you have on hand, no problem at all. Just give it a stir. Make a huge mess, that's always good. Maybe a bit more of that. Then add the wasabi to it. Depending on how spicy you want it, you add a little more or a little less. You have to be careful not to have any small lumps in it, because that's of course a bit unpleasant if you bite on it. Now I'll add a bit of lime zest to it. Not too much, because we don't want the flavor to be too intense. A bit of lime juice, about half a lime. And now I'll add a bit of sugar, a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper, and now we'll mix it all together into a nice dip. So then I'll take a bit of coriander here. I intentionally left it in the bag because it wilts so quickly. You have to be a bit careful with it. That's the herb that really goes bad the fastest if you have a bunch at home and want to keep it fresh. Dip it in ice water, then wrap it in a damp paper towel and place it in a small Ziploc bag. Use a bag sealer to keep your herbs fresh longer. Let's chop more coriander. Coriander is always polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't really understand how you can't like it. I think the taste is awesome, but that's just personal preference, like everything. Also, don't chop too much. Okay, and now just add it here to our dip. I've already set up an oil in the back, a neutral peanut oil for frying. Okay. Let's maybe try that one too. It could use a pinch of salt. And maybe even a bit more acidity. It has a nice kick from the wasabi. If you want more of that, just add more, obviously. Okay. Now I take a piece of paper towel and then I just put these shrimp, which are nicely marinated, on it for a moment. They can drain a bit, but we don't want them to drain completely or become dry. Just a little bit on here. As with all breading, start with the flour first. Just right here now. Take the shortcut, just roll it around nicely once, then shake off the excess. Now beat the egg. One should actually be enough, even though I have two in the description. Now season the egg a bit, yes, with a pinch of salt and a bit of pepper. Just use a fork and beat it like this. You all know how. Just like Grandma always did. For example, this is a great appetizer for Christmas. But you can also put it in a soup. Yeah, if you need something extra for a soup or want a cheeky little appetizer. It's perfect for that. It's really quick to make, yeah, and it tastes fantastic. Now roll the shrimp in egg. Then I'll just quickly mix this here. I've got the breadcrumbs and the coconut flakes. Yeah, I just need to quickly mix them together a bit. Okay, make a nice bed, and now the little shrimp. There's always a bit of a mess here with the breading, you know that from home. Of course, you can also do it with a fork, but these are for me and Linus, guys. And it's not so bad if you touch something with your fingers. Above all, I tend to wash my hands well before I cook. That's very, very valuable, I would say. And now bread these guys nicely here. So they're coated all over with crispy flakes and coconut, right? They look good like this. And now just make sure the oil gets hot, and then we'll see each other in a moment for frying. The oil is hot. You know how to test that. Just stick in a small wooden stick. I'll show you again. The oil is, if you see little bubbles rising up the side of the wooden stick, then you know the oil is hot enough. We don't want it boiling hot either, because these things still need to cook through in the middle. I forgot to mention that earlier. Always use raw shrimp, not pre-cooked prawns or similar, or they'll get really dry when fried. Now let's take a look. Yeah, that's just right. If they bubble gently like this, that's perfect. Now you have time to fry them until golden brown. I've already prepared a kitchen towel where I can put them afterwards. So the shrimp I just used, as you saw, were already red. Normally raw shrimp are always blue. That's when this substance changes color. Please don't ask me what that is, beta carotene or some red substance in the shell. Please describe exactly what that is below. There are only two types. The red ones are always a bit better in quality. The blue ones are a bit worse. I would say just make sure it says fresh water on it. Of course, a wild caught one is the best you can get. It's incredibly expensive, but freshwater shrimp can easily be used as well. They contain no antibiotics. I like using those. They're still tender and soft. I got these from my trusted fishmonger. Let's take them out now. Very good. The first layer is done. Look at how awesome they look. I mean, if you don't like that, it's your own fault. And now take out the second layer. Ah, fantastic. I have to say, when I was on vacation in Italy as a child, I'm from Munich, as you know, we often spent our holidays in Italy. And I had the best food. In Italy, there was always this fritto misto. You know those where there's a bit of everything, some sole, a bit of squid, calamari, and also some prawns. Really, really delicious. I love that, and when I see it, I already look forward to it. And now, my dears, just plate it up. I added some decoration on top, but I still need a thumbnail. Let's put a bit of the dip into the glass. By the way, it's also a pretty awesome dip. If you want to make a sorbet in between courses, like in classic French cuisine, they often serve a sorbet between the fish course and the main course to refresh your taste buds. And something like a wasabi yogurt with, for example, a bit of lime sorbet and a splash of champagne on top. Excellent. I can really recommend it to you. And now we'll just put these shrimp on here. I think coconut shrimp look great. And what's essential? Unfortunately, I'm sorry for you guys, but does anyone have it? I don't know. Yeah, sure. Oh, then we'll need it right away. What should I say? My dears, a good soup garnish is a starter for Christmas. Let's do it. Try making it yourself. It's easy and delicious. Wishing you fun with Lit It Cook channel content and a peaceful Christmas. Take care. Ciao, service.